2, 1, go.
From the content creators that bring you the lowest effort content imaginable.
Lowest effort imaginable.
You know, the ones that bring you info that the devs don't want you to know about.
Don't want you to know about.
The podcast you probably don't want the EE mods to know you listen to. And will most likely get you banned just for talking about it.
Just for talking about it.
Raw!
Uncut and uncensored. We want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Maybe try some mining or something you know. Remember to not undock anything you can't afford to lose. Try not to make any dumb decisions buzzed on booze. Yes, I'm talking to you. Welcome to the Echoes of New Eden podcast. Let's start this bitch.
And welcome everybody to Echoes of New Eden podcast. Welcome, welcome. I am your host for today, Sir Rambo, as well as I am greeted with Taylor. I can't think of a nickname just yet, Rick, but what's going on, Taylor? You look so enthused today.
I'm happy. It's good. It's a good day. I'm feeling much better. So yeah, good go.
Yeah, the look when Rambo impressed himself. Background, yeah, the background is pretty legit. But yeah, let me get through the intros. We also have Jubi with us. What's going on, Jubi?
Very good. I'm the legendary Jubileus. And yeah, Taylor Swift Rick. Sounds good.
Oh, Taylor Swift. Yeah. Could have said that. Yeah. I was thinking something more accident related. I know Taylor had gotten some weather this last week and he's been dealing with all that type of stuff, but you did say that you were in an accident, so I mean, I purposely didn't ask for details. I'm glad you're all right, but what happened?
I'm sure there's people in the audience who know, and they're going to say something and make fun of me and post all kinds of memes, and we'll just see who can figure it out from that. How about that? We'll make that a game.
But at least you have only your fingers and toes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm actually in a little bit of pain sitting here, but I'm good. So
is the ship totaled?
No. That's the sad thing. There was no car involved.
Oh damn. Well, he fell off the ladder, taking down his Christmas lights. There it is.
No.
Okay. All right. Welcome everybody. We got quite a show for you today. We got some juicy content that wasn't released to us. So, of course, we have our sources, and so we're going to talk about it anyway. And it's all stuff from the event that we're looking at. And also, I've already kind of hinted what the station skin is looking like in the background on my video, too. It's got the dragon.
That's exactly where they got it from. It's Kung Fu Panda. Look at Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's exactly where it came from, Barrett. That's perfect. Super. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So it looks freaking amazing. And later on in the show, when we cover all this stuff too, we'll post the images of what the skins are going to look like as well. Though, as far as the nanocore, I mean, it's going to be like a nanocore type thing. So similarly, last year was the Dragon Chant nanocore, and you have its, visibly appealing effects to it. And so this one, I figure, is going to be roughly around the same thing. But yet again, we'll talk about it. And let's see what else we got. We got a decent amount of community news this week as well. A few things that have happened around New Eden, so we can get into some of that type of stuff. Some would call it drama. Others would be, I don't know, rolling in their graves or something. I don't know what to call it, but some interesting things had happened this last week. That's for sure. Community news, like we'll talk about the first Fortizar, how that died and crashed the server. Stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be fun. And as well as we got another week of MOBI Mountain. With additions this time. We got some additional content with MOBI Mountain now, so to further add on to that segment. And some feedback from last episode is everybody, from what I could see, enjoyed that episode. They, couldn't. For those that didn't attend the live show, they said they couldn't believe they missed it. A lot of good feedback. People liked MOBI Mountain and all that we had to talk about last week. So it was a good overall episode for breaking into season 6. And you know how we are. We bust in, we do our thing, and we keep on keeping on. So I'm excited for everyone to be with us in the audience today. Welcome, and we'll get this thing started. And Taylor, I don't know because I can't ever see your screen, but you got the leaked news, the event stuff pulled up for the YouTube feed, and we can pull that. I could send a link in the Discord. I know some chatter going around New Eden right now. They were talking about the event stuff off this link that is always got to be translated. But we were talking about it. I was reading over some of this stuff, and I don't know. Does it surprise you? Does it not that they would release this type of info for like their community, but not update the national community, like on Discord or anything? Because I checked the announcement as far as game news, like from Discord announcements, all that type of stuff. It's been crickets. I even sent a message to Maru. Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah. No, they don't. They don't really share much with us. I've got it pulled up, but I don't have it pulled up for the YouTube feed. So the YouTube feed will just be people being able to pull it themselves, and then we'll see the chat live on the conversation. So that's what we'll do there.
So I do have it pulled up and translated.
Yeah, so do I.
Do you want to go over it?
Up to you. Okay. Up to you. You can read it or I can read it either way.
Go ahead.
Okay. So basically the whole thing is around the anniversary that's coming up, although some of this is actually going to start dropping next week on the 16th, they said, and I think the 16th is Thursday, but I think they're meaning the 15th. So at any rate,
it'll be this week.
Yeah, that'd be this week.
It'll be this next Wednesday.
What, right. So, and that's in cadence with, we didn't have a big patch last week. We didn't even get any notes, no downtime, no nothing. And so the 15th and the 29th will be the two big patches between now and then for the anniversary. But anyway, the first one is all about the first one that's going to drop anyway is all about the starting of this event anyway, and it's called Dragon. There's a new nanocore coming. That drops. I'm just going to read the notes, right? It says drops on the 16th. So for us, the 15th. Although, I don't know, maybe this is for the Chinese server, right? And then we have to wait 2 more weeks. I don't think that's the case. Normally when we see this kind of stuff drop now, it's the next week. We got a few days, and here it is. So Dragon Soar in the Prosperous Era, welcome the new year. Eve Eternal Galaxy Mobile, that's Eve Echoes, is about to celebrate another spring festival with all pilots. The National Style Nanocore Water Dragon Song, launched last year, perfectly combined space, science fiction, and national style with ancient charm, blah, 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 showing the supreme dominance of the Chinese dragon in New Eden. This year, we will continue that national trend. The new Dragon Nanocore will be launched on January 16th, and the Legion Fortress Paint of the same series will also be launched at the same time, so that the New Eden will be filled with New Year's atmosphere in advance. Not only that, New Eden will also welcome new ships and new activities, and welcome the arrival of Spring Festival with all pilots. The latest version of the information has been delivered. Come and find out. Now we start getting some really funky translations. If you haven't pulled up this thing yet and looked at it, you need to, because there's animations of all of these cores is fantastic. If someone can post
it's kind
of
funny the difference between your translation and I'm reading it with you in the translation that I have. They call it the new, the nanocore is called the Wandering Dragon, supposedly, according to my translation.
Yeah, look at that animation. Look at that animation. That's going to be the new black screen for all of us in a fight.
That's going to be the go-to swipe nanocore. My most festive shirt. This is not the same shirt. Yeah,
it's going to cause black screens for sure, Barrick. Yeah.
Wow, it has like the spinning dragons.
Mm-hmm. That is literally from Kung Fu Panda. Yeah. That's why that thing that Barrick put up, I laughed so hard at, because it's perfect. That is literally from Kung Fu Panda.
Maybe the nanocore ability is like you launch the dragon at the enemy and it will do something. I don't know.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty legit. And inside the body,
Yeah.
if you look closely too, you actually see a star constellation of whatever one it's trying to
Yeah, it's got like
to mimic.
a skeleton or whatever. Yeah.
So,
It's pretty amazing.
That's right.
But there's multiple colors. You'll be able to color it. So on the website link, you can go and look at it. You got custom display panels you can do. So the one I'm looking at on the Bane, it looks like these all look like Banes. Those could be Revs, but I'm pretty sure these are Banes. Shows like a golden and one fiery one. The next one's like purple and somewhat see-through. Another one is green, or like more like cyan actually, and the last one's green. And so all of the animations follow that as well. So you'll be able to colorize those. Yeah, Barrick, it's fine. The link is fine. I don't know what the hell Discord. Heartworms of starships. Gonna need some flea and tick type removal. Anyway, and when you scroll down farther too, that's when you see this interior that Rambo has up behind him, which you can see the rest of it, and it's fantastic looking. I mean, I've got to have this. This is gorgeous. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Now the question is will you be able to see your super in this background, and will it spin? That's what I want to know, because that's wild looking. It's really pretty. So
I just realized I was muted. Yeah, the super docking will be interesting as to whether or not they get some sort of aesthetic benefit out there, but at the same time too, the exterior. I wonder if it's going to have a giant like dragon head or something going around the exterior.
That's
we
true.
don't see that.
We don't see that at all. We don't know what that's going to look like. So that'll be very interesting.
Unless it's going to be a giant waifu again. But, I don't know.
No, it's going to be
Dude,
like
if it's a dragon
fireworks all the
coiling-
time.
If it's something similar to even the inside the station like this, but like above or around your citadel, that would be legit. If it was a dragon coiling around the citadel, okay, take my money, because that's legit. That's cool. Don't really care for the waifu stuff, but this is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Actually, I had this funny idea because there's Marvel Rivals, which is now a very popular game, and we should ask if we can do a collaboration with Marvel Rivals, and we can have like Captain America skins and all sorts.
Yeah.
Scarlet
Can I have
Witch.
fighters that look like the Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
I
would
want
want-
Hulk fighters.
I would want the Scarlet Witch and the outfit where she was showing cleavage, and not the outfits where she doesn't. So
Yeah, like a super carrier with Captain America.
Captain America DCU.
Entertaining.
I can do this all day, DCU.
Which AWOCs, Durkadur?
Actually, then, no, Batman we cannot have. It's not Marvel, I guess. It's
Yeah.
DC.
Iron Man mining drones.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
You
But
already
some
have that
some
kinda-
interesting ideas. Yeah, some interesting ideas as to future collaboration ideas and stuff that they do, but it's probably all going to be related to like other NetEase games and stuff like that. So
Nah, I'm gonna ask
probably NetEase games. Yeah.
talk to the
Spider-Man.
devs and yeah,
Look at that
we
one.
can do this.
That's awesome. Cool. All right, so there's other parts of this too. There's more to it, all right? So then the next little part of this says, after listening in depth and collecting valuable opinions and feedback from pilots, we plan to optimize the nanocore coding function in the first quarter of 2025. So sometime in Q1, they're going to optimize that, which probably means we're going to be able to colorize it a little bit better, like what they're wanting to do with the new nanocore with the dragons on it. At that time, when a pilot owns a certain type of nanocore of a certain type of ship, he can unlock the right to use the nanocore paint of that ship. So he gets that paint job anywhere. That's cool. So we'll see how that comes in Q1. Maybe that'll be like another one of those. They tell us ahead of time that they're going to be ship naming and station containers, and then decide afterwards they're not going to do it for 2 years. But we'll see. That's interesting that they put that out there. The Unification Department extracted the data of the wreckage of the Wasteland Chaser in the Cobalt Blue Edge and restored it in the virtual space by having clone pilots fight virtual Wasteland Chaser in the virtual space. The behavior of the Wasteland Chaser can be observed and recorded, and the combat skills of clone pilots will be improved. If the battle fails, there will be no change to the ship, and no battle report will be generated. So this is a new instanced gameplay that with no losses against a new type of enemy, a Wasteland Chaser. This starts on January 16th and goes to February 27th. Those days for us are probably one day forward, but whatever. It is a simulation battle, and they have multiple levels of this. Yeah, they have multiple. They have the Wasteland Chaser combat is a non-destructive combat mode divided into 3 difficulty chapters: expert, super expert, and flagship super expert. So large, extra large, and extra extra large. Not to be confused with what is it? Venti, tall, venti, and grande. The reward for the challenge missions is a one-time payment, and no additional rewards will be obtained for repeated challenges of the same level. So you're basically going to get an award for each one of the levels ran once, and that's it. Expert and super expert are suitable for advanced battleships and above. The enemies are mainly medium and small, high-speed wasteland destroyer ships. The flagship level super expert suitable for tonnage of ships above the flagship, in addition for small high-speed ships. The enemy will gradually have larger tonnage ships and will damage with high damage and high effective defense, including aircraft carriers equipped with high-speed carrier-based aircraft. Event rewards include loyalty points, New Year Dragon scale currency, exclusive medals, and personal merits. So that tells us in this event we're going to have another one of these things where you earn the currency, the store currency, a new store currency kind of thing, like they did. Like they do for every event.
Currency.
There's always a currency for the event. It's a new currency for the event.
Always a new.
Yeah.
Always a new currency. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's from the website. That's what it looks like.
This was that anomaly that we were talking about last week, as to like you had to enter into it somehow. It welcomed you, or something like that.
Couldn't figure out what it was. This is it.
Yeah, this is it. This turns out to be it. And did I read somewhere that this is going to be lossless?
It's lossless. Yeah, it does say that in there. It's lossless. So I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why they're doing this. I'm not sure what the point of this is. Yeah. So, I mean, there's got to be a little bit of reading between the lines on why they're doing this. Possibly new mainline anomaly coming in some way, shape, or form that gets you something that has to go towards keep stars or Titans, maybe. I don't know. Testing out strength. I don't know.
So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is this is being released for people to do, and to see how easy it is, or how people are being able to complete this, to maybe gauge the difficulty that they want to set it at, to maybe reap the rewards from. So if people are just flying through this with supers and all that, then they may end up making it more difficult, or having another kind of a layer to it, to where it's super duper expert rather than just super expert. So it's like they may add additional difficulties. I think it's either it's too strong and they need to bring it down, or it's going to be really easy and they'll have to make it more difficult to make some sort of decision as to what they're trying to do in the future for adding this type of anomaly in there. But we've kind of figured that they were going to add something like this anyway. Titans are somewhere around the corner, and that usually is going to entail a new anomaly of some sort, whether it's nihilist space or something that spawns in your system.
Yeah, hard to say.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say whether or not even this will spawn like a rally, and
yeah, after the event anyway, after they update this. And it could be nothing at all. It could just be something fun that they want to do as part of the event, part of the way to,
Yeah, after the beta test, we might not see it again for like 6 months.
Or ever.
And then like, oh, hey, here it is.
Yeah.
We're going to add this new anomaly.
Who knows?
Yeah. Or ever. Yeah, possible.
All right. So maybe some other stuff as part of this. Go ahead, Jubi.
we had the event, the capital test. What was it called? That you had like 4 waves, and the last wave is against the players.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Kind of yeah,
yep.
I think it's probably going to be something like that, maybe,
Only you're bringing your own
because
ship,
like
but I get your point. Everybody was able to test out capitals a little bit, see what the capitals could do, and so yeah, maybe. Not that anybody used
also
capitals
there's
the way that they did in that event in real life, like this, in the game itself. Like,
Nessival as Hulk smash Titan skin already.
yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, next thing up, there is a new ship coming next week. Again, if our dates are right, they seem to be, but we'll see. The new ship is called Loyalist. This is a Concord ship. Okay, so just like the Pacifier, Enforcer, and the Marshall, this is another variant of those, but it's a destroyer. There's your picture of it right there. Here's the great thing about this destroyer. It's a bomber. It's a bomber, and it's going to have
It actually
a tactical.
Yeah,
It's going to have a
looks like-
tactical implant in that bomber. So it's a bomber. It's actually like your bomber mode's going to go away on all bombers, and it'll have a new tactical module in your mid slot for bomber mode. And this will have that. I don't know if it has 4 high slots, if it has 5 high slots, if it just has 3 or what.
Well,
Plus a bomber,
this-
a bomb slot, a bomb launcher slot. I don't know.
this was the executioner that we covered last week with all the stats. That we had
Correct. And it
focused
had
on.
5.
I was going to say leaked.
But right, but then there it is, and it had 5, but that was even before they named it. So I don't know which of these stats are going to really change. It could very well be 4 highs in a launcher slot. That's kind of what it looks like. If so, that is going to be a fucking deadly bomber. But
it looks legit. Looks
the only thing I can say for sure is that it says at the tactical level, the Loyalist class can be equipped with a covert action device, so it's a covert induction field generators, bomb launchers, large torpedo launchers, and bombing tactical modules, which can effectively strike large enemy targets, of course. So, yeah, I know because it's a Concord ship, Dirkadur. That's why. It's a Concord ship. So it gains extra loyalty points too while you're doing faction warfare with it. So that's why. Yep.
You know what's funny about this is it looks like something straight out of Destiny 2, one of the starter ships.
It kind of looks like, because there's a bottom screenshot of it as well, it kind of looks like an Enforcer without that bottom wing coming out the bottom. So it's just a triangle. It's a triangle.
It's legit.
real stealth
straight up.
bomber.
Yeah.
It straight up looks like it's worth 20 billion on a lost mail. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee the blueprints for it will be in the loyalty point store. You won't be able to reverse engineer the blueprints. You'll have to gain loyalty points to get the blueprint for it. I guarantee you these things will be in fucking boxes during the event. So yeah, so that's the way it's going to be. I just guarantee it. That's why they've done all these.
There's always going to be
Yeah.
the boxes.
For this kind of thing, there's going to be boxes. Yeah. So it's just what it is. But if you have loyalty points, you'll be able to get the blueprints out of the loyalty point store. Maybe not at the same day as launch. They'll probably do it where week 1, it's the blueprint's not available, and week 2, the blueprint is available, right? So all those who just want to pay money can and have that option. Those who don't want to pay money can have a week to get loyalty points and then go and buy it. All right. This is the pattern they've been doing over the past year. So just keep that in mind. So
last year they released the Lancer Dreads during this event.
Yeah.
You know, you did mention that we will be seeing some other new ships potentially with this update, but it obviously didn't state it in these notes. Is there still something like that coming down the line?
it sure looks like the new dreads, T2 dreads, fleet issue, Navy issue dreads are still coming. Everything's there for it. It's just not part of this release. So, I mean, if you look at this release and say, this really should come this week because this isn't enough to be their full, Chinese New Year. They do a lot on Chinese New Year. They release a lot of stuff for Chinese New Year. So it wouldn't surprise me that if 2 weeks later we get the dreads.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So, what are we thinking that this is going to cost? This new nanocore on this event?
The nanocore
500,
itself,
800?
Oh God, it's going to be different nanocores for different ships, right? So
Okay, let's go to the capital one. Maybe even the super one, if there is. There's probably going to be a super. 400 minimum for the cap.
the last
Yeah.
the last nanocore on the super side, if you played that game right, you could get it for as cheap as $450, somewhere in that range. It wasn't $350, but if you played it, but if you got lucky, you can get it for that cheap. And that sounds ridiculous to say that cheap, but super nanocores were thousands of dollars leading up to that. I mean, but then again, you have to be smart about it. If you're going to play that game, you're going to spend that kind of money. You got to be smart about how you do it. So, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I wish those people could buy a Jubi t-shirt also, if it doesn't bother them so much.
Jubi's here to pimp, ladies and gentlemen. He's always pimping. Listen to that. Put up the link to your store, Jubi.
He's always hustling, trying to get that YouTube income.
Need to grind.
It is a grind.
Do the hustle.
But no, I mean I still think that's bad. That's pretty. I don't like that. I think I think we were talking about dollar amounts of somewhere between 20 and 100, then I don't think too many people would be too upset about it. It's still a lot of money, but that's like more reasonable in my mind. But it's kind of sad that this game has made me think of things in terms like that, as opposed to, well, shit, I'm already paying $35 a month for everything that I do on normal.
Remember when?
Right. So
remember when like $50 for Cyber X Core was like, oh my god, I can't spend
$50. This game, oh my god, that's horrible. Yeah. So.
And then a Nano Core comes out for a Super. It's like $2,000 with all the freaking luck crap.
And 100 people go and buy them.
You know what? Now this isn't so bad. Where are we at in 2025? Like, this is ridiculous. But like I said, people will be rolling in their graves in Eve Echoes 2021 because they're like, what the hell? $400 for a nanocore? First of all, what's a nanocore? Because they weren't out yet. But still, like, crazy.
Yep. That GIF is the best with the Titans in a box. I know. Jesus.
It's coming.
All right, so there's
I
other
don't know
stuff.
how far down the line it is, but it's coming.
It is, I'm sure. Someday. There's other stuff coming too next week, so I'm not done yet. There's 3, as best I can tell, because the wording on this is really sus. But apparently there's 3 different types of fighters coming in this update as well for carriers and VACs. So the first one is called a Guardian, and when I first read this, I was like, oh my god. So bear with me. This says the Guardian light attack carrier-based aircraft is a new type of carrier-based aircraft that has introduced a variety of Loyalist class technology improvements. Now, when I first read that, I thought, holy fuck, they're going to release a carrier that's a Guardian. Like, I read it real fast and thought, holy shit, I got super excited, but that's not correct. It is a new fighter. So it's a light attack fighter, probably a space superiority fighter, SSF, what we call a space superiority fighter. And then the next one is an Iron Guardian heavy attack. So that's like your Furbolgs, right? That's just a regular heavy fighter. Or not a heavy fighter, but a regular fighter anyway. I don't see anything in here that says anything about actually being a heavy, but I could be wrong. The first one could be just for carriers. That Iron Guardian heavy attack carrier could be for supers. And then there's a lightweight Loyalist class destroyer. And that looks like it's going to be for VACs, like lightweight ships. Yeah, for the VACs. But its description says the lightweight Loyalist class destroyer has had its tactical equipment, jump engines, and other large device removed after the lightweight transfer. Okay, so that is exactly what that is. I'm reading that for the second time. Haven't read it before. So yeah, that's what it is. I don't know what the stats are. They don't give us any kind of an idea on those stats. But
Probably the best.
So it might just be
Benzie.
super, lightweight. It might just be 3 different kinds that way.
Yeah, it's like Benzie's clones.
Could be Barrack. Could be.
Chip.
Yeah, even though they only said 3 different kinds, Guardian, Iron Guardian, and lightweight Loyalist class destroyer, there could be like 3 variations of each one. I have no idea. So,
Watch, one's a minor.
last little thing on the update.
Bad joke.
And this is another thing that we just don't have any more information on than what it says right here. But this says all pilots will have the opportunity to meet the planner face to face. They're coming again, doing that again. The integration department plans to hold a planned live face to face event on January 18th. At that time, all pilots are welcome to go to the Bilibili platform at whatever that says to participate in live discussion and interaction to learn about the latest information on New Eden. And that's Cloud. They put up a Cloud's dog thing. So that's a conversation with Cloud coming on the 18th in China, live on Bilibili's platform for the Chinese server probably, and maybe necessarily not for us. I don't know. We haven't heard anything. That doesn't mean anything, though. The last time this happened, we got notification that it was going to happen literally like 2 hours or like maybe a day before it actually happened. And then I wound up staying up late thinking it was a one-time that they gave me when it was wrong. I had to get up again on the other end at like 4 a.m. to do it. So we'll see what we'll see what happens. Whether or not we get the same kind of thing. It's been about a year since we did this.
Yeah. Laura told me last time 15 minutes before showtime that I need to ask the developers some questions.
Right, yeah.
Suddenly.
Yep.
So of course we see this and we're like, oh, this is bullshit, because why is Bilibili getting it and
where's ours?
Not on, the national server or whatever,
Maybe we should do like a party crashers, go there, start advertising. Yeah, we're the guys, we're doing the podcast, YouTube, all sorts, but not Bilibili.
Yeah.
Bilibili is an interesting video platform, to say the least. There's some weird stuff on there. Not saying that YouTube doesn't have weird stuff on there, because it does too, but Bilibili is definitely pretty interesting. But you can only anticipate that it's probably all going to be in Chinese, so doubt they're going to speak English there, but I don't know. Who knows? And yet again, if you ask Maru anything, you'll get crickets, and then maybe last minute they'll do a ping for a Q&A. But who knows? I don't know. All right. Well, that's all you got.
Yeah, that's it for the game news. That's it for the leaked content. We can move over to community news now if we want.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. That this event is supposed to drop this week, so anticipate that with the update. And I'm actually looking forward to this new Fortress paint skin that they're talking about. So I think that's going to be legit. And I wonder if you could put it onto a Fortizar. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, yes, let's talk about some community news. That'll wrap it up for game news. There's not really much else to talk about as far as game news goes. We leaked content last week, and then we tell you all about this content this week, and they still continue to not say anything on the official Discord. So take with it as you will. All right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. All right.
Still think Taylor needs like a crystal ball, and you can do the goofy music, then he like pulls things from the crystal ball and shows us
do a little
what's
animation
happening next week.
You're asking me for to do more work. I'm good.
I'm gonna get Taylor some props. It's going to be like a clown wig, the multicolored clown wig, and a nose, a clown nose, and he can wear that as he's doing these photoshopped content leaks that we do.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll be good stuff. Okay. All right. It's been a spicy week in New Eden. A lot of things that happened community-wise. I know Jubi ended up switching corps once again, so tell us about that, Jubi. How's it in Cosmic Cartel now?
Oh my god,
it's
again?
Good. I'm enjoying it's like a very big corporation, so now like I used to be on these small small corps and you used to do everything yourself, and now you can just like, I'll order some ships and I'll get this and that, and just pay money and stuff happens. It's very cool. But yeah, it's used to be Cat Skull Cartel, but now it's Cosmic Cartel because like the Goan Corp, it was Cosmic Anomalies joined with Cat Skull Cartel, and yeah, very good.
So now you have what, 50 unique members or 40? I'm joking.
More.
Anyway, I put in my
More.
I put in my show notes. Jubi likes dead corpse and he cannot lie.
Yes. I've been in so many like dead corps. Like last corp went bankrupt, and then we had to disband and all sorts. I'm like a drifter going
So-
like
Lesson learned: don't let Jubi join your corp unless you want it to die.
yeah. It's like I feel
Oh,
like
that's rip. That's a
everything I
curse.
join
It's a curse.
gets destroyed. Yeah, even Void got destroyed when I joined there after a few years.
Oh yeah, Durka. I think he's.
I was in Pantheon also. Pantheon was destroyed,
Mhm.
and yeah, like everywhere I go, it's just a wasteland.
Durka's asking in chat, what happened to the pay to enter corp that was from a content creator? That was achieved.
Yeah,
It
the
is
sheep.
Chiefs,
What was that called? It's still a corp, isn't
It
it?
was-
It's black something.
Black Rock, I
Black
guess.
Rock.
Black Rock with a
something.
tag of NYSE, as in like New York Stock Exchange. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still doing that. I have no idea. A lot of Ashif's content nowadays is Minecraft stuff, so I don't even know if he plays the game anymore.
Yeah. So that
So-
was your rug pull, Durka Dur. He automatically switched to Minecraft. I don't know. I don't know what he's done with it.
Hey,
Goddamn.
it turned out to be a scam. Turned out to be a scam,
Yeah.
right? He's gonna get all this money and then bail. All right. Yeah.
Sheaved Tate.
Oh, boy.
Oh god.
The old greed and quit, right? You knew something about that, right, Durka? Yeah. The old greed and quit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, something that had happened this last week, and I know we're going to just segue into it, was this situation with Dark Aurora. And I know, Taylor, I purposely haven't been talking to you about this, even though it happened in the Alliance, I guess you could say. But I wanted to hear your thoughts as to what all happened with this situation. But before you say anything about it, I did have a chat with Dark Aurora as to what had happened as his perspective. You know, I was kind of just asking around. I let it settle for a little bit. I saw some chatter on the discords of, you know, the kill mail going around, and was it a scam? Was it not? You know, Space Pope appears for no reason, and you know, Space Rent-A-Cop's involved, and General McNoby's involved, and it's like all this stuff has been going around, and it's it was pretty intense in the first 24 hours or so.
Yeah.
But I let him cook a little bit, and I reached out to Dark Aurora about this. So I did come up with like a statement. It's not word for word. I did kind of sum it up because it was a rather lengthy conversation. But before we get to you, Taylor, I'll sum this up as to my chat with Dark Aurora. So Dark Aurora was mining an eFICO, which happens to be Taylor's system, as he had permission to do so. Space Rent-A-Cop decided to hot drop Dark Aurora while mining in his Rourke, stated he has been found to have scammed another court member. Space then proceeded to kill Dark Aurora because he couldn't believe Dark Aurora would build King Godzilla a super for no charge, and was accused of lying. So DA denies the fact that it was a scam. History of his gameplay includes providing industrial services for court members. King Godzilla, Rent-A-Cop, and Taylor Rick approved the hot drop on the Rourke. Robio the Cruel and General McNoby, without proof, second the blue kill. So Robio is the CEO. I guess General McNoby is also in leadership in Fed T. After the Rourke was killed, they kicked DA out of Corp without providing any proof and never discussing with DA about the intention of scamming or lies. With my convo with DA, his intention was to 100% build the ship for King Godzilla. Due to Space Rent-A-Cop and King Godzilla's friendship, SRC deemed it as a scam and proceeded to tell Fed T leadership of this potential scam. In agreement with SRC, Fed T and Taylor approved of the blue kill and kicked. So Dark Aurora seeks repayment and damages from the loss from Taylor. He feels that Taylor Rick's approval of the kill was bad leadership, and he sought out no facts or proof of this being a scam or not. So I ask you, Taylor, what the hell happened?
Exactly, Darkadur. I'm totally exposed. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll put it simple, and then I'll back up and kind of go through a few things. So, first and foremost, it's real simple. Rule number one inside of Silent is don't be a dick. It's also the rule in my corp. Like, rule number one, don't be a dick. So, Dark Aurora was definitely being a dick in this scenario. From just some simple screenshots of stuff leading up to this, I don't know what the hell they were thinking or what they were doing in terms of trying to scam people out of a super. But that's sure what it looked like. I mean, just from the whole scenario they were putting together, they were definitely trying to scam a super out of someone. So, Fed T leadership said they're scamming people out of money in Fed T. Space Rent-A-Cop showed me the scenario that DA was trying to push on someone to get a super, basically a BP or whatever, stolen from somebody. And I'm not putting up with any of that kind of stuff. Looked like being a dick to me, and I said, yeah, fine. Fed T had already agreed to kick him, her, it, whatever, out of Corp. And I said, cool. Kill him, kick him out of Corp. Let's make an example of him. We're not going to have any of this kind of scamming kind of bullshit going around. There you go. End of story. That's it. Now, part of my decision to make that and make her an example of we're not going to allow this kind of scamming to go on inside of Fed leads up to 3 other things that have happened between basically this week and back at the beginning of December, where we've had multiple separate accounts, new accounts inside the Fed, somehow getting into Saku, somehow getting into some of these renter corps, and then moving into Silent proper, where people were trying to scam. And we had sussed those out and booted those one after the other. And at this scenario was like the 3rd, maybe 4th version of that, where someone was trying to do this. And I thought to myself, it's time to make an example. It's time to make a really big, hard fucking example. We don't put up with this kind of shit. And I'm not going to have a news segment on this podcast be about how Silent got a super stolen from him. That's for all the dipshits down in the South to have happen to them. That's not for us to have happen to us. So there you go. That was my decision, and I stand behind it. Yeah.
All right, so Dark Aurora is...
They can come on and talk.
Dark Aurora is in the audience,
Sure.
and I did invite them to speak, so if they can...
Go for it.
Maybe accept the speak request, then we can get them up on the stage. And,
cool.
And
I feel it's going to be like a rap battle. God damn.
Let's do it.
So Aurora's got to... Okay, there you
we go.
They're up on the stage. You are muted currently. So welcome, Dark Aurora. First time on the podcast. Glad you followed the show. So with what Taylor had said, I don't know. I guess my question is to you how do you feel about this? I mean, do you feel wrongly accused in this situation, even though it seems like it's bad timing in this sense for being a potential scam? I see you're still muted, and
oh wow, we got a bunch of people joining the server.
I'm like, release your anger.
The server is being raided right now.
Oh boy.
Still not
Go
singing
ahead,
unmute.
there, Dark Aurora.
Still not singing unmute. You're not
Yeah,
muted
It's
on
not
our
on
end.
our end.
No, not on our end.
Review the alert. Okay. So we
Yeah,
have
review the alert.
unusual join activity detected. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm just going to X out of it. It's because a bunch of people joining it to get on and hear this.
Yeah,
So.
Marcus resolved.
Why do we need this alert? Like, we're happy to have so many people come in.
Sure.
Still waiting for Dark Aurora. There. Okay, so you're unmuted now. Can you
Hello?
do a mic check? Hello.
Now I heard something.
Yep, I heard a hello.
We did
Hello?
hear you.
You
Yep,
guys
now we can
me?
hear you.
Yes.
Cool.
So, welcome, Dark Aurora. I don't know if you originally heard my question, but
It's-
I mean, how do you feel?
It's cutting in and out, but I got the gist of it.
So do you
no
have anything
statement
you?
on
So
that
do
or
you
no?
have anything you want to add? We
Yeah,
heard you say you got the
I,
gist of it. Go ahead. You got an open mic. Go for it.
Yeah, I believe 100% that there was no proof given by anybody. It was all speculation, and without even attempting to reach out to me on the fact before something of that caliber was done, I think that was irresponsible. Been no proof ever that I am a scammer. My gameplay in Eve is high level industry, and when I'm in a corporation, I want my corporation to succeed. And if that means offering top tier ships because they are PvP based or even PvE based, then I don't see a problem with that. I think the nature of the ship being a super, I see how that would cause alarm. It is a big ship, and not everybody can build them, and they cost a lot. They're pretty coveted, so I get that. But there still should have been a conversation drawn. Definitely proof.
But you've done this
before
kind of
any
stuff
kind of
before.
building.
You've done this kind of stuff before. And in terms of proof, I mean, number one, I don't really need proof. The CEO of FedT, the corporation you were in, was already ready to kick you before any of this other stuff already happened because of the way you were acting inside of FedT. So at that point, I'm done. With everything else going on, the view anyway that I have from the layout you gave Space Rent-A-Cop on how you were going to build somebody a super was extremely sus, like beyond belief sus. Like that is a 100% scam. So there's your proof right there. If someone wants to post those screenshots, I don't have the ability to go through and find the 50 million freaking drama things for this week in the DM. So if somebody's got that, you can go ahead and post it. Dark, if you've got it, go ahead and post it. And you can show everybody what your plan was to be able to get an EONE BP out of somebody. So like I said before, in light of everything that's happened in the last couple of months, I made an example out of you. You got AWOXed. You got your shit blown up and you got kicked from the Fed. Now you're on the blacklist. Good luck in the future. I don't need to explain anything else. That's it. It's real simple. Anybody else in my position would have done the exact same thing with that information. Had they not, we'd wind up being here right now talking about how something got stolen from Silent and Rick knew about it and didn't do anything. And then people would be pissed at me for that. So too bad.
But you can't prove that.
Prove what? I just proved it. I just said exactly what happened.
You didn't.
I don't need to prove anything. What do you mean?
Because you're taking speculation.
There's no speculation. I've got screenshots of you talking to Space
Of me
Rent-A-Cop.
saying that I was going to scam somebody?
No, telling him exactly what your plan was for how you were going to build supers for people. FedT doesn't even have the Corp Tech to build the fucking supers. You guys don't have all the indie skills for that. There's no way. And the dollar amounts in there, no way. You're just going to get a BP and walk. I'm not stupid. Jesus
Really?
Christ.
So
it's that simple.
you're. Where is that founded? Where is that belief founded?
What belief?
Because you're essentially calling me a thief and a liar
Mm-hmm.
when you have no proof supporting the fact.
Your previous history
anywhere.
throughout all of your previous history throughout all of
Which
New
one?
Eden. You have a past, Dark Aurora. Are you telling me you don't have any kind of past anywhere?
I do, and if you want to go back that far,
Like
that's
the
because of
Saku
how the
EONE
button-
BP? Yeah, exactly. Like the Saku EONE BP that got stolen about a month ago. I don't know if that's one of your alts. I'm still trying to figure that out. That just happened last month.
You want me to post my characters? I only got 2.
That doesn't prove anything. That doesn't
Like-
prove anything.
Neither does what you're saying. You're assuming
Again, I don't have to prove anything.
that
I can take
unfounded
preemptive
proof
action
that-
anytime I want against any member in the Federation who looks to be doing something very shady, who has done shady shit in the past, and protect my members. I have every right to do that. And you don't have any right to question
right,
me
you
on that.
do.
So, there you go.
You're right, you do. But I don't think it's right that you can just accuse somebody
That's
and
your
have
opinion.
no proof that it's even true.
But again,
Like,
I just told you I have
Because
proof
I'm
that it's
asking
true.
you for proof, and you haven't proven anything. You haven't shown where I said I was going to scam anybody, where I have scammed anybody. You're assuming that whoever this person is that got a super BP scan from them is me. But do you have any proof that it's me?
I have
Because you haven't
screenshots
shown that either.
of your
You're
conversation.
just bringing shit up.
I guess I'm just going to have to sit here and waste our time to go find our conversations, because you don't want to post anything either, apparently. But that's fine. I will go and find our conversations with Space Rent-A-Cop, and I will post them. Why am I not able to look at my DMs? I'm going to start this over again.
Yeah, sounds like
So, Dark Aurora, I
Yeah.
do want to ask, because it was brought up, like, how were you gonna build the super? What was King Godzilla going to supply? Just all the materials just for the super? Does that include the BP? Does that cover the cost to build everything?
So,
it's
when we
not cheap.
talked, I had explained to you exactly what I've always said when I'm in a court. That if you bring me the BP, you bring me the materials to do it, and the click cost, I'll build you the ship. That's just good Corp membership. Some people charge for that in Corp. I don't do that. I charge for an alliance, and I charge for
see.
blues, and I charge for outside of alliance.
So then, how were you gonna
But yeah,
build
I'll build whatever ship you want.
Well, even though that may be possible,
And I've
but
always said
you
that.
would want the Corp Tech to be able to do that, and apparently FedT doesn't have the Corp Tech to be able to do that, so you would have to outsource it to another builder or something.
Right. Well, I also know that at his level that he wasn't going to have one for a long time. 2, I knew that he wasn't going to just outright buy one. He's 15, supposedly. So I figured, yeah, by the time he has it all gathered, we could have Corp Tech where it should be. There was a lot of infrastructure,
That sounds
and a lot
like
of behind the scenes that I was even working on.
months. If you don't even understand how long it takes to get Corp Tech leveled up, oh my God.
No, I get it.
Do you guys understand? On the on-air chat, do you guys understand at this
why
point?
wouldn't I say, yeah, sure, dude.
Yeah, do you guys understand my point here? Why this sounds extremely sus? I mean, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong about something, but I mean, this just doesn't take the cake.
Well, I'm trying to parse it too, because if King Godzilla has said, "Okay, Dark Aurora, I want you to build my super," and Dark Aurora agrees, and then it's like, okay, now what? How is it a scam? He doesn't have a blueprint. Maybe he's got the intention to build it, but like he had said, it's going to be months down the road. So, I mean, it does seem like
I was
the
automatically assumed to be scamming somebody when nobody knew any back history, nobody had any proof or shown any proof, and then just blew me up. When I had an agreement, and just that day, the day before, I can prove that one of the, what is his name? Master something. He's in the big council of ETAC FICO. Saying that I was still on good grounds, that I hadn't broken any rules, that I was doing what I was supposed to, and then the following day, all of a sudden, this gets brought up.
Who'd you talk to in Big?
Not Master Joda, I doubt it.
He said some. I don't know. I didn't recognize the name.
Let me.
And the post I made about your mining permit being written in crowns, guys, come on, that's a fucking joke. All right, that's just a joke. There's no mining permits. And I had talked to you about you specifically. Sure, you can come on up to a FICO and mine. And at that point, none of this other stuff had came to light. And I was giving you the benefit of the doubt that you were going to be a straight shooter, despite all the other sus stuff everybody was telling me. So I didn't let you come up and mine any FICO just to kill you. I let you come up and mine any FICO, and because you remember the Fed. That's a safe spot. Come up here and mine. You'll be, and all of that's on the board. There's no. That was months ago. You've been doing that for months. This is the problem here, though, and I'm trying to find the other. I've got 2 other screenshots, and I'm just scrolling through so much shit.
I invited Chain Demon on. Apparently, he has a question or two. Go ahead,
Sure,
Chained.
go Chained.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
How are you going to build the super and FICO with your work when your corp is a Corp Tech build this shit big stuff? That's my question.
I'm pretty sure we had covered that, actually. But it was going to be months down the road as far as being able to have the Corp Tech to be able to do that. Unless he were to have some sort of sources outside of that corp to build it. Say, having B1G build it or something like that.
Here's one of the other comments, and again, I'm having
Thanks,
a hard time
Chained.
finding everything here, but here's another one of the other comments that really caught my eye, too, that you said in local, or someone's DMs in game. Well, I may or may not have sold Shush 3 years of Intel, inside Intel on Void. I've been on the Intel side of things and silent for like 3+ years, almost the entire time. We don't pay people for Intel. You got to be fucking kidding me. So,
And why do you need like Intel on small void?
Yeah,
very small void.
Show me the contract. Exactly. Show me the contract. So these kinds of things, and then you say, well, maybe enough to get a Nix into hell. I mean, so just again, the sus level here is off the radar for me. So, is what it is. I don't need to justify myself at all, but here we are.
DA.
If I was to build supers and sell them, I would not like say that, yeah, send me the BP, send me all the materials, everything, I'll build you the ship. It's gonna be like it takes a lot of trust because it's very expensive project. So you probably build supers like, I don't know, you have like a customer already, and then you build one super and then you sell it, and then you have money to kind of.
Where's
But
the
like if you take the materials,
where's the
that's,
contract, by the way? Can you go pull up in your in-game stuff where where the contract is, where Silent paid you for Intel? Where's the contract for the money? I know it doesn't exist. That's why I'm asking you, but
it's from the black market, the contract, so you cannot tell the things in the black market stuff.
Do you have an answer for that, DA? Okay, so no. I was actually curious whether or not Space Rent-A-Cop was in the audience. There's a lot of people in the audience right now. Wanted maybe him to come on and kind of give us a background as to why he felt the need to deem this as a scam so hastily, I guess you could say. Granted, it's to protect his friend and all that. I get that, but you know, none of this stuff is quick when it comes to this type of stuff. Unless that member actually had a BP like right now and was about ready to contract it, I don't think the haste would have been there quite a bit. So,
what's this with the bubble fucking mechanics? I want to know what you guys are talking about. I want to know what that's about, because I know there's so much history that people seem to have with Dark Aurora, but I don't even know who this person was until 2 months ago when they asked about mining up in FICO. I honestly had no idea other than that. And then I start hearing some things here and there. So Tell me some more outside of this sus level stuff that I've seen so far. What's this bubble fucking mechanics?
D8.
I'm curious. Just type it in chat. It's fine. I'm not asking DA to respond to that. I'm curious what they're going to say. Is that something Dark Aurora has actually said, that they control 90% of the economy? That's not even possible. And I know, because I full well have had trillions of assets to try to move around and try to work on controlling the market on a few things, and it's not even possible with that. Like, you literally have to have 25, 30 trillion in liquid ISK in order to control the market for a couple of days. For a couple of days. Yep. No shit. But anyway, I guess that's something that Dark has said. General McNobody.
Or you can control, like, I don't know, some kind of MK7 small missile launcher for a few days. If you like to the market.
I mean, don't get me wrong, J. Cool. Don't get me wrong. One individual can build a super. Okay? One individual can build, if they've got the right skills, and they've got like 6 alts, and they work on it all by themselves, and their corporation does have all of the Corp Tech needed, and they've got a place they can mine. The mining side of it's not that big of a deal. Like, you can mine everything you need for a super in a couple of days if you've got a really high-end Rorqual, okay? That's not the big deal. It's the PI and all the other stuff that comes along with it, where you got to be buying that from people constantly all over the place in order to get it to be done. I know I've built multiple supers now, and it's not just me when I say I build it. It's me and like 15 different people I have to interact with on a normal basis throughout the course of a 2-week period before it even goes into build. So it's it's
complex.
I invited General McNobby on. McNobby, first of all, welcome.
How's it going? Thank you very much. Cheers for having me on. It's nice to meet you all in person.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Very
thank
good.
you. It's nice meeting you as well. First time. What do you think of all this?
To be honest, given what I've heard, because literally I've been here the whole time since the start of it, given after Taylor's explanation, I see this as justice served. We were warned time and time again by several people, even since Aurora joined GLDE, what he was like before in the past, and we chose to ignore it. And
you want to give somebody a second chance, right? You do.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we thought was going to happen.
Exactly.
I know we get called a small corp, right? That's exactly what we are. We believe in what we do, and what we do.
Nothing wrong with being a small
corp,
corp, by the way. Absolutely nothing wrong with being a small corp.
Yeah, and literally, we thought we'd give Dark a chance, and literally, Space came to me with this, Kin came to me with this, and we thought, right, let's get it dealt with. And obviously, Rob okayed with it as well a couple of weeks before I even did. So it's like, okay, let's get this done and see what everybody else thinks about it, and we'll see what happens on this very podcast. And I've been here watching the whole time. My thoughts are, what's happened has happened, and justice has been served.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Now, as far as compensation, has Dark Aurora gone to you for any sort of compensation?
Yes, she has. He has asked. I did give my word. If anything was found not to be true, I would compensate it, or seek some sort of way of going out my way to compensate it. But what do you recommend I should? I'm going to ask you guys, what do you recommend I should do now? Because I don't think I should now after all of this. But your opinions would be very, very, very helpful.
I wouldn't.
I'd say take some screenshots and go to Jubi's fan club Discord server and apply for the Duo Mega giveaway show every week and feel a bit better about that, hopefully.
I don't know. As far as compensation goes, I'm still kind of, who am I to say or judge or anything like that? Maybe Dark Aurora did have 100% intentions to build the ship, even though the corp, being a small corp, doesn't have the Corp Tech to be able to do it logically, at cost effectiveness.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I don't know anything about Dark Aurora as far as Corp history. Well, I didn't know Corp history, but what they do for Corp and all that type of stuff, it's like it's whose word versus the other, right? And so I was kind of wishing that Space Cop was in the audience still too, because I was going to ask him why he felt the need to decide that this was a scam.
Well, to be clear,
as far as I know,
Rambo, to be
King
clear,
Godzilla did not ask for any of this.
To be clear, Rambo, Space brought that to me and asked whether or not we should really do something about it, and I said yes. So there you go.
So Space talked to King Godzilla. King Godzilla said that DA was going to build a ship for him for like
said all of that stuff, and then brought that to me and said, "What do you think we should do about that?" Okay. And I said, "Well, I sure looks like it's going to be a scam. I'm hearing other stuff from inside Fed T that scamming is going on. It's time to make an example of somebody, because this is the third scenario where we're going to have a BP either get stolen, walk off, or something. Like let's just not even go there. Let's just not even go there. Make an example and move on."
Meanwhile, while Space was talking to Taylor, Ken was talking to me, and I said, obviously, because I've been speaking with Space already before, and I'm aware of Dark's history. Yeah, you shouldn't fall for this.
Right. So, I mean, I guess that's the message I'm sending. Don't fuck around in Silent Fed like this. Don't fuck around like this.
Yeah.
You'll get smacked.
Why? Like different people kind of just being kind and telling each other, like, don't go to this scam or whatever, like if bad experience from previous things. Yeah.
Do we need to spend more time on this? We've spent 20 some odd, almost 30 minutes on this.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to sign up here? I mean,
I'm going to jump out of voice as well. Thanks for having me on. I've said everything I need to say. If that's okay, I'm going to jump out.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
Thank
on.
you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
And I think DA also disconnected as well. So
okay.
I guess he didn't have anything else to say about that. But it looks like I'll have to go back onto some Discords and start scrubbing some messages. In that case, Taylor, because I did tell certain individuals if they sent me an Aeon BP, I would double it. So
I'm looking at you next.
Oh shit.
We all know
I cannot undock for the next.
We all know that's a joke, though, Rambo. I mean, come on.
What's with the Aeons? Come on.
I don't know.
I think the hell like is Aeons? Much better. Yeah. I was
definitely
playing the Aeon in the content creator clash, and I fucking blow up like in the first match. If you guys remember the content creator clash we had.
I guess that's all we'll discuss about that whole situation. It is what it is at this point. It doesn't seem like DA had any proof of not scamming, I guess you could say. Other than
was he
him saying that it was his intention.
Yeah, was he like in blue status, like when he got jumped by blues, or was he like?
So the scenario was he was blue when Space Renacop killed him.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
And then
now I understand.
He was kicked out of Corp. Yep.
So why don't you guys like kick him out and then kill him? Because like now it's kind of.
I don't know.
Well, my only other question at the end of that, with how we pulled that off, is does this improve our trickery rating on Gromamir's chart for Declan?
Gromar's,
yeah. Does this improve PvP. Our trickery stat? I hope so.
I don't know. Gromar.
Yeah, now I feel like if I join Silent, then I get killed. Like, because I look stupid. My face is weird.
No, Jubi.
Like, fuck you, Jubi. You're doing the scams, boy.
Oh,
no,
Lord.
You know what they'll do to you? You know what they'll do to you, Jubi? Is they'll undock you and then they'll put you in a bubble cage. They'll bubble bench you.
Yeah, and not let you leave. Weeks. Like Wild Nigel.
Yeah.
It's like an eternal hug.
Jubi, you won't do anything for 2 weeks, huh?
That's funny.
That's so. I would say thank you, Dark Aurora, for coming on the show. I don't know if they disconnected completely or anything like that, but it was good to be able to at least get his side of the story on there and talk with Taylor like that. So, all right, then moving on. So there was also this thing that happened in SHH general chat. I don't know if it's big news or anything, but Master Joda had decided to leave the SHH Federation. So that was kind of a thing that happened this last week as well. So yeah.
He hasn't left Silent. I don't know what you're talking about. He hasn't left Silent.
Okay, well, maybe he didn't leave in game, but I saw that his roles were removed on Discord, so maybe that's
his roles weren't removed either. He removed himself. The few Discords that he's not on anymore, right. He removed himself. Nobody in Silent removed his roles.
Okay.
He removed himself.
Yeah, I just noticed there was no roles, so
yeah.
At the end of the day, I assume the worst.
Yeah.
Expect so.
No, I understand. I understand. No,
so
he's
got
roles on our leadership. He's got roles back on our leadership server that he dropped. He's got his FC roles back on that leadership server, so he's in our core command for all of our conversations on that end. And it's my understanding from the last DM that I had with him on Friday. I didn't talk to him yesterday or yet today. He and I are good. I've got no issues. He's got no issues. He understands what kind of happened and where some mistakes were made on his part, and we're good. Pand is now he's no longer the CEO of Pand. Mr. Pay to Win is, and he's working on trying to figure out who the next CEO of Pand's going to be with the rest of the top brass over there, and that's it. I mean, anything else that needs to be discussed really needs to come from Pand. I don't, I know it probably seems like sometimes I like to step into other people's business. I do not. I really don't. I don't want to step into other corps' business. I was very adamant about that with this issue that was going on with Pand that all started on Friday. I did not want to step in and try to, make Pand, Joda himself as a CEO, do anything he didn't want to do or force him to stop doing, none of that stuff. And the top brass over there will tell you the same because I have DMs with them as well. Where I'm like, guys, look, this has to be you solving this problem. This can't be, the Fed solving this problem. The Corp's got to take care of the Corp stuff. So if you need something from me that I can actually help with, let me know. But, I leave the rest of that explanation up to what happened inside of Pand. But as of this moment, Pay to Win is CEO of Pand. The drama seems to be over. Joda's got his ability to come back in FC anytime he wants. His ball's in his court on that end. And I certainly don't want anybody to think any differently of Joda after all of this. Excellent FC. Want him back. So.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad that he's remained in that aspect and been able to work over whatever the issues were. So that's cool to hear. That's good to hear. I think for a lot of people that's also kind of news to them because they were worried about his departure as well. So because he's a prominent member, very eccentric, and a lot of people like him, a lot of people dislike him.
Those that can send him a DM, if you've got the ability to send him a DM, send him a DM and tell him you're thinking about him. And if he needs a break, everybody needs a break every once in a while. Joda does a lot, okay? He does a lot. So if he needs a break, that's cool, but tell him you want to come back. FC, a lot of fun. So, and yes, I mean,
I've also
there's some funny little comments here that Run's making and Dirk is making. And yeah, the whole thing did actually start over PI. So, I mean, you can tell just how hyperbolic this whole discussion comes from when it's like it's all started on PI, all right? And they'll just leave it at that.
It's the... Gosh dang it, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's freaking, how come it always is POS slots? It's always POS slots. Why do people fight over this shit? Like, oh my gosh. I get it. At a corp level, I get it.
Yeah.
But it's quite amazing how many fights break out because of corp or just POS slots in general. I think the game should add more per system, honestly.
Via Corp Tech, Corp Tech.
Via Corp Tech, sure. That is something that people should be trying to push instead of whatever bullshit suggestions that they're pushing through now. It's like they should actually help resolve some of these problems that people have. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, plus one slot. Corp Tech 9. You spend what 300 bill on the Corp Tech to unlock it, and then make adjustments from there. So it's the hero level that we don't know about. And actually, I forgot, now that we were talking about that, Corp Tech, we never did talk about the Corp Tech originally like we wanted to from the game news. I know you wanted to talk about that. It was in our...
So this was... he said we could release this, didn't he?
Yes.
Pretty sure
on
he
the
did.
show he
Okay.
said.
Release the Kracken.
So
Yes.
where
Release
is he?
the leaks.
So here it is. I'm going to post this into the on-air chat. Every CEO needs to have this. This is master work here.
Okay.
But this
Brace
breaks
for
down.
impact.
This breaks down everything inside of Corp Tech and what it does and what levels are and all that kind of stuff, because there's actually some hidden things inside of the Corp Tech that you wouldn't know unless you went and leveled it up. And you wouldn't necessarily level up to 10 the base detection array reinforcement skill instead of Corp Tech, because it sounds like it makes no sense. However, hidden inside of that on level 8, 9, and 10, or maybe just 8, 9, or 10, if you upgrade that all the way to 10, it now gives you one extra level on your security to raise your current system up to another security level. So I believe T6s can go to T10 is what that basically comes out for anomalies.
We have lots of T10s right now in Kracken.
Oh, I'm sure. But there's lots of places like Pravi that have T6, T7s that can't get past the T9 because they don't know about that. Now they can get to T10. Lots of places.
Yeah,
Pure
shout out
Blind,
to,
Tributes,
Mario.
MOBI.
Places, yeah. So.
Yeah, did you give a shout out to Mario who had made that, his master sheet by MOBI? So
yeah, it's a shout out to
Mario. He was the one that provided that. So
good
cool.
job, Mario.
Yeah, take a look at that.
It already says MOBI.
Right. Yeah, it's just giving the shout out though. Not everybody can
Go,
see it.
MOBI,
That's hilarious
go.
run. Oh my God, I have to read that for anybody who might listen to this on audio only. Guys, don't forget to take care of your fellow Corp mates and check up with them regularly with, are you happy with your pause slot allocations in the Corp? We live in dark times and we need to take care of our EE loved ones. That's just fucking hilarious.
So I'm a very bad POS outpost owner, and the last one I ran for Corp, I just did it so poorly. I didn't want anything to do with it. Just it was an inconvenience to just launch the damn shit. I just hated everything about it. So I uprooted it. The last time I had a POS was when I was in Ovor. So it's been a minute, let's just say that. And I haven't bothered with any of that stuff too. But when you hear about all these things that happen and over POS slots, and it's just like I'm so glad I don't have to deal with any of that stuff. Maybe it's as CEOs they probably have to deal with it a bit more than they would want to as well. But at this point, it is what it is. It's part of the game. So.
Or Fed leadership, Alliance leadership that has to deal with the drama.
Right. Yeah. I'm a bad POS. Sure.
A bad piece of shit, yeah.
Wouldn't that be opposite? Wouldn't that mean I'm really good, though?
Yeah, maybe. That's hilarious.
Right. So this last week, I want to segue into this. We had the first Fortizar kill mail. You want to share that? Did you have that?
I do.
You got that? You can post that on the on-air chat.
Yeah, I was thinking this one is some kind of a Photoshop or something.
No, this is real.
Oh yeah,
Not real.
It's a real kill. Hold on. Here
Because I saw this, but I was like, this is not real. This is just
it's 100% real.
Something.
It was. Oh, you got it. Okay, I was just ready to post it.
Yep.
It's
also got it with the avatar with somebody picking their nose. But yeah, that's the Fortizar right there, a lost mail. So 48 billion. I think that was the what was it, 42 or 43 to build, but I don't know, maybe that's just the estimated value they're putting on it right now. So tell us about this experience, Taylor.
Well, it was it's AOA, it's Alphabet Soup anchoring this in Oja, and they anchored another one too. So this is the thing that kind of pisses me off even more so. So when they anchored it, they didn't realize that Corp Tech does apply to these things. So it has a 72-hour anchor time. but if you have Corp Tech maxed out for anchoring, that shortens it significantly. And they didn't think that it applied, so they anchored it. And it came out of reinforcement at like 5 o'clock my time on a Friday. So fuck you, we're killing that. And we did, and we formed up big. And I was anticipating them to have a response fleet of some kind, but they didn't. They had nothing. So it died, and it's tanky. It's a tanky hull just for the hull itself. It took a little while. So, but that sucker died. And literally less than 24 hours later, they've anchored another one in that exact same spot. It comes out Monday morning, my time, so it's AOA prime time for when it comes out. So they figured out their mistake. They got another one from NetEase probably because they did ask NetEase for NetEase SRP because of the timer issue, and I'm sure they got it. That's why they were ready to the same corp anchoring yet another one. So one corporation can only have one of these things anchored. That's kind of the way that NetEase has done it. I almost said AOA, but same thing. That's kind of the way they've done it, is that one corp can only have one. So I'm sure that one corporation didn't just build two for the fuck of it. Maybe somebody sent them one. I don't know. But, man, to have it turn around and get anchored in less than 24 hours, it's pretty quick. I mean, that's very fast SRP from NetEase.
Well,
kind of not really surprising me, but it is speculation, yes. I don't know for sure. I don't have screenshots. But, god damn. I mean, I do know that they asked for it, though. That much I do know.
Yeah, it's probably what the devs play, like in AOA.
Yeah.
And that's why they get so fast SRP and whatever.
1877 SRP now. I love it. That's great.
Yeah. Like I'm the dude who says I will SRP, so let's go.
Well, that's true, Patrick. That was another thing that happened too.
Want it now.
Is the entire server got screwed when that thing died. Like you couldn't get into Joda, you couldn't dock in some places. Like the whole server had a complete freak out moment when that Citadel blew up. It's hilarious.
Right. Yeah. Everything was jacked up.
Definitely the devs.
I was at work at the time, so I actually didn't get to experience that, the whole lagging and everything like that. But hearing the stories about it, coincidentally happened right after this Fortizar had gone down. And it does make you wonder if this was in relation to like a dev corp or, what had happened. Or if it could just be, honestly, it goes down and doesn't know what to do in the code and then just starts jacking up the server. You never know with this stuff. So
I mean, it seemed to have righted itself within about an hour or two, 30 minutes, an hour, somewhere. I don't know. It seemed to have righted itself fairly quickly without anything major. There was no server reboot or anything. So
I don't know. It always seems like when stuff like this happens and all of a sudden you start getting like server glitching and all this, it's like it really does. It is kind of one of those conspiracies. Honestly, it just, I don't know. Timing.
Sense the bad disturbance in the force.
That's kind of what it was.
There's a bad disturbance.
That's kind of what it was.
Exactly, a bad disturbance, and that's what caused it. So. Yeah, so the first one gone down, and it goes to SHH. I do know, I have seen screenshots of others in New Eden. Granted, I don't know the names or the systems that they're in. But it'll be interesting as to how many more. Well, Taylor, you've got one out there too. So I didn't say where. I have
more than one, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I bet it's going to hot drop the Fortizar in somewhere near my place.
Near your place, that's right, Jubi. No, the Fortizars give a perfect way to initiate the plan that failed the last time when we tried it, which was invade Delve. It's Delve 2.0 invasion. We can actually put a Fortizar in MO attack now and put supers there. So I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was going to say I did that back in 2020.
Trade station. Trade Federation comes in and starts trading stuff.
So Mr. Prox had put in the on-air chat a statement from Lance saying that although we haven't yet identified the cause of the lag in Joda, still investigating, the good news is Joda is now accessible and can be logged into. Fly safe. Yay, I guess. So anyway, it's all working now, but coincidentally, that's kind of just one of those things that makes you go, interesting. All right. Yeah, so that's basically all that I had about that. Another kind of I mean, it's not like New Eden wide news or anything, but Jacoba had stepped down from one of the Kracken executors, and so SmoothMinimal took his spot there. So I think Jacoba is going to focus on his content creation as far as PvP and fleets go. So good on to him, having fun and doing that type of stuff. And so, yeah, again, it's not like super, spoken news or anything, but it is what it is. So there you go. Changes in New Eden already in the Kraken Alliance.
Yep. So Jacoba steps down. SmoothMinimal steps up. Smooth along with Sarp are running Kraken at this point.
Yep.
Yeah. The give us more time thing. I think Jacoba was hoping things would work out one way, and they just haven't. So, I mean, I can't imagine running something with the two separate groups like that. That's split with AOA in the middle. That's, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. All I do know though is I have to ask Jubi, how is it like being in the same corp as Vetemune?
Wow, that was like I was like, is there enough room for how's it in the movies? Like the city is not too big
Not big enough for the two of you.
Yeah. But yeah, we're getting along, and
between the two egos, I think I'd rather have yours, Jubi.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I've been talking to Vetemune, and everything is nice, and it's good, like no problems. And I do my thing, and I don't usually ask anybody like, can I do this video or can I film this PvP or whatever. I just do what I want, and that's it. I if you don't like it, then let's see if I can do some more editing or stuff. But we have our own styles of making videos, but we still make videos for the game.
Yeah, Tiger, are you still in the audience? You want to come on and say anything about the Jacobo step down? He's not in the audience anymore, is he? Nope.
Is he?
I don't see his icon.
I'm also
don't tread on me, snake. I don't see
shocked.
It. Could be wrong.
Shocked. I heard this.
I learned if I right click on somebody's name, I could just invite them to speak. And in his case, I can't invite him to speak, so he's not in the audience right now.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Anyway,
maybe you should start inviting random people from the audience, like speak, say what you think.
No.
That
we
could
still
get dangerous.
got one more segment to
I don't
get
need a headache.
All right, I know Taylor's a busy guy, so we got to get this thing going. So I think that'll conclude it for community news. Like I said, it was kind of juicy, and I mean, to be expected. Another weekend in New Eden. So here we go. Right. So, all right, let's jump into MOBI Mountain, shall we?
Let's do it.
Make sure you put this on your timestamp there.
I just did.
Taylor.
Yeah. I just did. Yep.
So
I've got everything timestamped today.
Oh, this is so epic.
MOBI Mountain.
Epic feeling.
The epic music of MOBI Mountain. The segment's so hot, my wife used it as the toilet seat warmer before the show.
Oh my god.
What? All right, if you don't think that's funny, you can get the heck out of here, because that was funny. All right.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, a lot of people had liked the segment this last week, so continuing on, this is going to be the MOBI Mountain weekly PvP rankings that we are doing on the show from now on. So let me move to who is off the mountain to start off this segment. Who is off the mountain? Ordum. Why was he on the mountain anyway? I don't know. I got asked that. I was like, I don't know. He's a member of the community. He's getting kills. You tell me. Why is he on the mountain? Wild Nigel is off of the mountain. Even though he posted some kills this last week, they were not good enough. So he's got to step up his game. He ended up getting pushed off the mountain. Kelway was another one that's off the mountain this week. Again, haven't really seen too much from them. And X Team caught Giardia and has to go to base camp, so he's off the mountain.
That Corp, by the way, 665A is in Providence, North.
That's
Providence.
what I said. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I saw the no snack, which is OC Can't Stop's alliance, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I had said it, though I was being talked over, so you didn't really hear it in the last episode. But yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's in Providence, but it is what it is. So Ordum, Kelway, Wild Nigel, X Team, they are off the mountain this next week. So now, let me go to my screenshots here, and let's post up the mountain for this next week, shall we? All right, let's see. A lot of navigating here on the Discord.
Oh, he's with RSCP now.
Yes, that's who it is, RSCP.
Gotcha.
All right. Bottom row. So I posted it in the on-air chat. Taylor, if you could bring it up for the YouTube audience.
Yep, I got it.
Bottom row. CRB Raid Boss slides down a spot and has only got 9 kills this last week, worth 52 billion ISK. And it's like, damn, 52 billion ISK, and you go down?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a rough hike up the mountain. Believe me, it's a rough hike. So he's still on the mountain, however, but he's right there. She'd had a prime, drops down to the bottom row after being on the top for 1 week. He had no kills this last week, but is still on the mountain, just barely. He's still holding on to that Cyan C kill. So I figure in days to come, he'll probably end up sliding off the mountain here soon anyway. So CRB Don't Kill is new to the mountain this week with 11 kills for 112 billion, often spotted in his Cobra. So that's the second person from CRB that made it onto the mountain this week. So good on to them. Don't Kill. I actually had to seek different ways to be able to find his avatar because you can't search it in game. It's probably because it's Russian or something like that. So, and I know Taylor, this is your favorite one. Brian Perkin managed to stay on the mountain. He got 13 kills worth about 50 billion this last week. So he's still on the mountain. He's hanging on there. Third row. So Bozy Chihai Chin Chiao landed 38 kills for 160 B this last week. He's now on the mountain. Hunts in his Marzio. Basically, the only time this guy dies is either to a Citadel or a Cap/Super. And if you look on MOBI, literally, at all his lost mails, he's got on his lost mail a Corporation Citadel and or a Capital of some sort and or a Super, or sometimes all three. I was looking into the name. I was like, holy smokes, that's hilarious. Corp Citadels are on his lost mail, so that's pretty funny. Holtzy STL drops down a spot. He was previously on the second row. He's got 26 kills for 108 billion. Actively hunts Ethereum Reach, so watch out for him out there. I see him. He's hunting in a Prophecy 2 command nowadays. It's like it's just not the Stratios anymore. He's gone into, I think, cheaper ships. So yeah, good on to him there. So he does unfortunately happen to drop a spot though. Nox, he stays on the mountain, though he had to drop a spot because he had no kills this last week. At least posted on MOBI. So there you go. And Nigel, I'll answer your question after we cover the mountain because I figure there may be some rebuttal. Second row, Robert Patsora got 29 kills for 167 billion. He's new to the mountain and shares second row with his court mate. Honestly, I think it's Panicotta's ult because they literally use the same ship.
Probably is.
They're both RNIs. So Panicotta right next to him landed 62 kills this week for 832 billion ISK. Recently killing the 75 billion Annihilator, as you'll see that in a moment. Amongst other kills that he gets while needling around in his Raven Navy issue. So far this year, he's only died one time. According to MOBI, he has one lost mail posted since the first of the year. So he's got a pretty good kill-death ratio. All right. And then take a look at the top of the mountain. This surprised me. Who let this guy out of the dormant realm? Like, seriously. That's anytime you ever see this guy, he's on the leaderboards. So Phoenix 42 BJ, new to the mountain, goes straight to the top with his recent kill mail of a hell. At that same engagement, he also wiped a Science-E and a villain.
There you go.
He also recently wiped a small Slops fleet in his hell.
What?
So he used the hell.
Damn.
Yeah, he used a single super and chopped up some ships this last week. So he's I have in my notes 98% snuggly, but I think that's a typo. I think it's 98% dangerous. And he's usually spotted in the DR leaderboards. I know every time I see him in DR4, he's like sometimes top 10, like 4 different times, you know, in the DR. So I know he does that quite a bit. So so there you go. And this is going to be new so there you go. That's the mountain. We'll talk about rebuttals. Actually, let's do that now. Let's talk about rebuttals. So we'll start with you, Taylor. What do you got on the mountain for this week?
I mean, Brian Perkin just continues to amaze us. That's amazing. We'll see what happens if he can stay on there one more week. The rest of these, though, really don't surprise me that much. Honestly, Phoenix and that kill, it's not his first time he's had big kills before, so it doesn't really surprise me too much that he's just boom instantly there. You kill enough and that'll do it. But yeah, I'm actually surprised I don't see more Trog on here. You know, Nox, that's surprising. But yeah, week to week, we'll see how things continue to go. I think the most interesting thing about this is week to week, like I said before, like last week, is at some point this mountain is going to stay fairly static week to week. Like, it's not going to change too much. And then it'll be really interesting to see from like over the course of 1 month to the next if any one of these, like, you know, the top 10 here can really start to maybe feel some competition and maybe step some things up, and we see some more destruction and they try to fight each other for those bigger spots. You know, I don't know. Competition is always a great thing. But we'll see what happens.
How about you, Jubi?
It will be the day of days when I see Badran fall from the top one spot of all-time killers. So I say good luck for everyone to get Badran out of there.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's not even close, and Badran still plays as far as I know.
Yeah, so it's going to take quite some time. I mean, we'll see some other names on there that we're used to, like Kanzoi, I'm sure at some point we'll see on there. There's some other names that'll be interesting to see that start to pop up, some. But yeah, it'll be very, very interesting to see. Yeah, Badran has his own mountain. Yep, exactly. His very own mountain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Artifact said that. Bradrick brought up a good point, though. Maybe as time goes on and we see how this evolves, maybe we have some different categories on top of just top the top ISK value is really the most important, but maybe we see some other categories.
So yeah, I mean the mountain is subject to evolution, and you'll see that here in a little bit, and as to what we added to it, using Damon's suggestion from last week. But yeah, it's a tapestry. I figured from last week to this week, it was going to be different. Was it going to be this different? Did I expect somebody to jump straight up to the top? Not really. But it did happen. You know, how about on second row? Both the persons are from the same corp. Like, I couldn't script that. It is what it is. Yeah. You know, this is all brought to you by MOBI. So, you know, some of the Chinese names on there, it's going to be difficult for me to say aloud because I'm not good at all about Chinese, like, you know, any of that. So it might be entertaining to
Chinaman.
I mean, like, honestly, you know, in respect, I want to at least try the name, you know. So yeah, it is what it is. But you know, Wild Nigel in the audience saw that coming. But how is Raid Boss over me? Less kills in ISK or amount, and with easier ships. So difficulty, it so it's monthly but weekly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the
Does to me.
raid boss in the last week outperformed those who slid off the mountain. That's how he is still on the mountain. And like she'd had a Prime and Nox, they're still on the mountain even though they got no kills this last week. But the kills that they had in the first week of this month kept them in, because they were so high on the mountain, they didn't slide down too far. So that's where that statistic comes from, I guess you could say. And Brian, he's out there killing. I saw a kill mail from him not too long ago, or he was pinged in some system. Panicotta, literally, I seen him yesterday kill an Annihilator, and everybody was like, what the fuck was that? Robert Pesora, I see him all over the place too. It's like with a lot of these names you see, and it shouldn't surprise you. But no. If you want to make the mountain, you gotta get out there, get some juicier kills. And a lot of these people, if you look, they're killing blops, battleships. They're killing capitals. Sciences are like, those are kind of like, I don't know. Sciences are just very special to me. So I was just, I don't know. They're in a group of their own. It's like you kill a Sciencey, it's like shooting a fish in a barrel. I don't know. But anyway, it is what it is. So there you go. Another cool Badron story. He once nearly killed Matty Hughes, Nix, because it got the final blow on a super instead of Badran. Wow. You had to back him up from that. Yeah, I had to hold him back. That's funny. All right.
We also did a collaboration video with Badran, and it was
right.
like 18 minutes and like 24 capital kills. So it's like one
No
capital.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was editing that video for a while, and every time I was looking at it, I was like, God damn, that's crazy. That I feel so small and insignificant in PvP after all that shit what I had to watch hundreds of times when I edit it. And I was like, wow, that's something. Oh.
That's good stuff.
But yeah.
All right. So that's the mountain. Subject to change this next week, of course. We'll keep.
Hey, hold on.
Keeping an eye on.
We got Bees in the audience. He probably heard someone told him about my comment. Come on, get him up here. I want to tell him. I want to tell him in person. Bees, get up here. Put your hand up.
Now it's roasting time.
There he is. He put his hand up. Go.
Well, I invited him.
Okay.
Give him the moment.
I mean, boy, let's have some fun.
Give me a moment to move my... I don't know what he said after that because he's saying in the other chat.
So, I see a comment from P. Falcon about Tom Plum. Tom Plum almost made the mountain this week.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
almost.
He's a good PvPer.
He was right there at the base. He's at base camp. I'm sure he's going to be on the mountain eventually, but as far as this last week and so far this month, he's getting up there. So I'm sure he'll be passing some people there.
Don't you have a trench too that we got to do for this as well?
Yep. Yeah, we're going to do the trench.
Okay.
I had it queued up and ready to paste. So
I just happened to look over and see Bees was in the audience.
No worries. Now, here's the trench of the weekly losers. You can pull this one up for the YouTube. So I have here the two. The Ohako dies by a A-type sentry gun, basically a gate gun. In a Visago worth 286 B. So this should almost be like a name and shame. Where's my name and shame sound effect?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Time to name and shame.
Yeah, there you go. And so here's the kill from Panicotta that he got yesterday. This 75B Annihilator. I don't care if you're in the same alliance as me, but this is ridiculous. Like what? 75 billion Annihilator?
Things? Are you posting something?
It had
I don't see it yet.
They have too much
I'm not
money.
posting anything.
Oh, I thought you were.
I posted the trench in the on-air chat.
I don't see. Oh, there I see it now. Gotcha.
All these supers getting killed.
You know,
Oh man.
we saw this happen. We saw this happen. Pinged them in local. Nobody says anything. And then all of a sudden a lost mill shows up and people are losing their minds. They're like, what the heck happened? You should have been able to take them with your 27 integrated rig freaking setup. And I don't know. He had a gold core on there. I speculated that he was AFK ratting. That pilot claims he wasn't, but we'll never know. There you go.
Come on,
That's,
if you
that was-
fight
that was
against the
Panicotta's.
Raven with snub railguns, it's fucking. I bet he
See,
had
Jubi,
tactical
these are the kind of
missiles.
kills that you need to get. See, in order to make the mountain, you got to get this type of stuff. It's rare. I know
I'm
Taylor
going
has
to
another,
get into the mountain someday. One shot,
Taylor has
last shot.
Taylor has a
something.
name and shame industrial ship too, like a Neros or something that dropped a seal mod.
Oh man,
That kill, man.
fucking that's a
That one
payday.
almost made it on here.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we have here Alex ZF and it died in a hell. That was one of the ones that Phoenix had killed in the Nihilist space, whatever that was. Then we have Vet Dreams from Spy. Spy ended up getting, like, they lost a couple hells. This was one of 2 hells that got lost, along with 2 lifts. I was having difficulty finding the second lost mail for that hell, but that was by KSS. Granted, that person didn't make the mountain because they only had like 1 kill. So, you know, automatically by rule you don't make the mountain. And then this last one, the Science-C, doing Science-C things, typical, you know, getting it killed inside of a way seeker anomaly. So yeah, that's your trench for this week.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, right. I did invite Bees into the chat, though I don't see him anymore in the audience. So
Oh, there he is. There he is. Invite to speak. There he is.
There you go. Okay, what's going on, Bees?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, man? What made you drop by?
I just saw you were on and was killing time between football games, waiting for the Commanders game tonight.
So you didn't hear about
Hey,
the fact that my Fortizar
who won Denver?
is within jump range of MOTAC for Invasion of Delve 2.0?
Oh God, isn't it like 6.0 at this point? No, I hadn't heard that yet. That's wonderful. Can't wait.
Bring content to your doorstep yet again, right?
Yeah, do it. Let's go.
No, it was a joke. I wasn't sure why you were just making fun of it.
No, things are good. You know, just kind of watching and waiting for bigger updates in the game. I think it sort of kind of feels like things are frozen now. So
You think so? You don't think the Fortizars are a good ad?
I mean, maybe they will be eventually. I just don't totally get it at this point. I don't. I mean, you can take caps through low sec. It doesn't seem to. I mean, I don't know. I don't. Until it has more add-ons, I don't. I mean, we're building them, but
Sure. I think everybody
it's something
is.
to build. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it's something to build. It's something
Yeah.
to do, which is great. But
Yeah.
I don't see how it changes the landscape of the game much. So,
All right.
we'll see.
Fair enough.
All right. Well,
It's
yeah,
going
thanks
to
for
be
coming on.
one of the days when you know, you shoot a citadel, it loses control, sovereignty drops, then suddenly Fortizar warps in and starts spraying out these supers and all sorts. Oh
Well,
boy.
having experienced that already without Fortizars in the game
Yep.
on a few occasions, people don't need them. You can still spray supers everywhere, at least in Delph.
VVV.
Yeah, right?
But it's something new. You're like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yep.
So yeah. All right. Well, thanks,
Cool.
guys. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for
You
coming on,
guys do a
Bees.
great job, and I enjoy the product. It's a great one. So keep
Yeah,
it
thanks,
up.
man. Appreciate it.
Yep. Take it easy.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and Fed T just, or I'm sorry, Chelsea Rose just posted those spy hells that died. Also had 2 faxes that died with him as well. So,
Yeah.
and
See,
my
I
response to
seen
that
this,
was spy has supers? I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah, looks like the same crew that was in my video, the crazy rescue operation, hit spy as well.
In the same conversation, somebody was saying that these are all like James Bond's girlfriends or something like that. All the names.
Oh, that's.
I don't know. I had saw the original post of that. I saw the original post with all these ships, and then I went to refer back to it because it was going to make the trench. At least one of them or both of them were, and I couldn't find the Discord in which I saw them. I'm on too many Discords. I couldn't go back to see him, so I don't know. I only posted the one in the trench, but there you go. There's 2 hell losses for you right there. So
I like the one. It's called Vet Dreams. Exactly, Muffin.
Vet Dreams.
It's a reference to Vetamune. Vet Dreams. Yep.
There you go.
That's funny.
Well, that will conclude MOBI Mountain for the week and the trench, a new addition to MOBI Mountain, and I am open to feedback as to if we want to further, go into details as far as some of this stats picking and ranking and all this type of stuff goes.
I think we do. I like this thing a lot. I really do. And I think it has some. I think it has some feature benefits we can probably get, Rambo, coming up soon. I guess I'll just tease it like that. That we've talked to, MOBI about Mario.
Oh yeah, I'm subject. I have it as a keynote presentation on my laptop, and so I can add to it at any time.
Search like in the MOBI, like if someone kills with Venture 3 or something, can you get so much details in that?
So I don't know about the MOBI website if you can search by ship, though. I have to look on Mario View and see, because that's the bot that I believe Airbus has. If you're capable of doing that through that, so because you have like numerous search functions through that, corp versus corp, player versus player, all that type of stuff, is to see that. So maybe possible. I hadn't thought to look into Mario View and their search function, but it's something we could do. Yep. Cool.
Yeah, maybe sometime we can decide, like for next week, only Venture 3 kills will enter them.
Only Venture.
It's like a
Venture 3 Mountain.
And then all the people
best
in the audience, and then the audience will go get Venture 3s and go kill lots of stuff, and then we see what happens.
I don't know. In addition to, we should just do like a challenge of the week. Take a Tempest, just a basic like T8, T9. They're T8, right? Tempest?
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long.
Tempest is T9.
Just take a Tempest. Yeah, just take a Tempest and go roam and see how many kills you can get with it for a week. And we'll put you on Tempest Mountain.
Tempest Mountain.
That's right.
So there you go.
We can do frigate fields.
There you go.
Right, so just fields for the frigates,
So yes, for the listeners, the staff, I'm always open for suggestions, feedback, of course, and to further enjoy this type of segment, because this is all fun stuff. Nobody else is doing this, so this is all good stuff. So.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, indie mod, best indie mod drop kill mail. Dark Aurora is up on there because he dropped his mod when that Rourke went down.
Cayenne, can you strikers from Troopa? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's that one where one killed the other? Mod. Where's that? I think I have that. Where is that? That was hilarious. Where one killed the other. I don't think I have that. No, I don't. Damn it. I know I've seen that somewhere. Troopa, post that if you've got it real quick. Where you have the one KNU striker killing the other KNU striker. It's hilarious. It's a hilarious kill mill. Not because of the pilots, but just because those ships are just silly. I know you love it, Troopa, but it's just silly. Wang on Wang violence. Okay. Yep. Gotcha. The Wang U.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, the Wang.
That's what it was. It was the Wang. It was the Wang U. Yep.
Yeah.
Can
They
you?
touched
Can
wings.
you?
That's amazing.
Don't make me laugh.
I
God
know.
damn it. When I laugh hard like that, that hurts so bad.
Oh,
I can't really sit here much longer.
The timing on that was great.
Yep.
But yeah,
there it is. There it is right there. The wing on wing. Look at that. Wing on wing violence.
Oh, look at it. And it's Dune, too. Even better.
It's even better. Oh, my God. Wild Nigel and Dune. I love that.
All right. It's good stuff. So that'll conclude MOBI Mountain for this week. And that is all that I got as far as content for all you guys. So unless
and
Jubi
good
and
job
Taylor, you
for
got
all
something
the
to add.
killers.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe it'll add some motivation for some of the killers out there. I know some of them are trying to make the mountain, get some recognition, which, I mean, I'm all for. So that'd be legit. That'd be cool.
Yeah, let's figure out some kind of challenge someday. Like like you said, Tempest challenge. Go kill with Tempest.
After last week's episodes, I told Maru that I'd like to be giving Duo Megas out again, and I haven't gotten a response yet. So she must be celebrating Chinese New Year early or something. But you never know.
Same for me.
Like, I want to be able to give out Duo Megas again, and I'm just trying to get a confirmation to do that, because we all know I'm not on the official Eve Echoes Discord, all that stuff. So their method of doing that, my link is broken, basically. Yeah, it sucks. So I'm trying to at least remedy that to get some rewards out there. All right, so that is all that I have. Think we had quite the show today. We had upwards of like 80 people in the audience.
At one point, yeah.
So,
wow.
like,
That's fucking legendary.
I mean, it's a good show, you know, when you got a decent audience like that and you have a lot of fun in the on-air chat. We, of course, enjoy doing this content for you all, putting this stuff together, you know, gathering this info and just shooting the shit with you guys, like the staff and the audience. So it's always a good time. We appreciate it, and we'll keep on keeping on. So with that being said, I want to thank all of our audience members that have joined us today. I want to thank our listeners. We have a wonderful community over here on the E1 Discord, and you know, it's come a long way. So we appreciate everything that everybody's done with this as well. So with that, 07, I'll see you out there. I'll be out in space. Guys, say your goodbyes. We'll close it out.
See you guys next week.
Jubi.
Oh, thank you, everyone, and see you next week. Perkele vittu! Uhu.